Okay, everybody, listen up. We've got Mixtrate, Toms123, Santav, Valisan. I am Furie, your instructor for today. This is Fireteam Practical 1, and our assistant instructor / AI spawner today is Enex. Everyone gather around the front of the hangar here. Hop in a school circle. Okay, this training is designed to teach you standard terms and drills for how to work in a fire team. This isn't the only standard that is out there, but it's a standard that's been chosen for UOTC so that everyone is in agreement as to what we're doing. So for the purposes of this training, we're basing our stuff on US Army doctrine, which means fire teams of 4, AR, rifleman, grenadier, just like you read in the prereqs, which I assume you guys all read.
Yes.
If we use common terms and movements, we'll be faster and we'll be more effective. We'll waste less time trying to explain things to each other, and we'll spend more time killing bad guys. You'll see that directly in this class, because if we're all good at the content and we react quickly and overwhelmingly, we'll get to enjoy lots of contacts today. You have me running the drill, but Enex will be spawning enemies for us to engage in real time, and if he sees that you guys are really good and you're able to react quickly, he will basically keep spawning them as fast as he can throw them at you. So if we keep it up, it'll be a fun day on the simulator for us today. Alright, we're going to cover how to confirm the ORBAT, the order of battle, or the team structure. We're going to learn how to issue orders effectively to your fire team. We're going to learn how to move your fire team between formations smoothly, how to call contacts, and we're going to learn some battle drills to help you react to effective enemy fire. This is a hands-on practical course, so the lecture is going to be kept to a minimum and we will learn on our feet as we move. Pay attention to our instructions and things will become clear as we progress. This course is supposed to be 75 minutes long, but it's my first one, so we'll see about that. There are no breaks. Now, one thing I want you all to do right now is set your acre volume control to normal. Does everyone know how to do that?
Yes.
Okay, I want you on normal just because I want you to really get a good feel for why we need to echo things, and if everyone just turns it up to shout, it's not going to be as obvious. I may be on shout sometimes, and other times I'll be whispering to individual people, so if you can't hear me, just let me know and I'll turn it back up. And one more thing, this course is going to have live fire exercises with the bad guys shooting back at us, so if you're badly injured or you're killed, don't bother waiting for someone to revive you or heal you. Just respawn back at the hangar here, and we'll teleport you back into the fight. Hopefully your buddy will have seen that you fell, and he will let us know so that we'll keep an eye out for you to respawn. But if not, feel free to just send a message in global, and we'll pick you up. Clear?
Clear.
Okay, let's get going. We start with the ORBAT. ORBAT is the order of battle. It basically describes the seniority of your team, or the chain of command is another way of thinking about it. Now, it's critically important that you, as a team leader, explain the ORBAT to your team. This allows you to introduce yourself and the other members of your team to make sure that you all know each other, your positions within the team, and your team's call sign. It's also a good time to remind them of their radio channel. It's really simple to state the ORBAT. You call everyone out by name, introduce yourself, say the name of your group, and make sure they know their call sign, and if you want, tell them their short-range channel. You may have noticed this is how I open this class, by calling you out individually in order to get your attention and to help you get in the right mindset. If people are standing around and you just yell out Alpha Team at the beginning of a mission, they may not necessarily know who they are, but if you yell their name out clearly, you'll get their attention. Now, always use the call sign for your group from the ComSig card, if there is one for the mission, in the notes. And you might be able to see buddy teams listed in the slotting screen as well. But just make sure that everyone's on the same page as to what your unit is actually called. Now, for the purposes today, we are going to be 1-1 Alpha, so we can just call ourselves Alpha Team, or even just Alpha, because we're not in the middle of a big unit. But if you're starting a mission and you're all spawning together, make sure that you're very clear about who your guys are, and maybe bring them off to the side, because there may be other Alphas out there. Okay, Toms, why don't you step up? We'll pretend you're the fire team leader. Why don't you give us an ORBAT?
I'm Toms123. I'm your fire team leader for Mixtrate, Santav, and Valisan. Mixtrate, you are the Grenadier. Santav, you are the AR.
Okay, I would just recommend saying all of their names first, because there's no point talking unless they know who you're talking to. So just
Yeah,
try that
we'll
again,
go
but
with
just
that
yell out their
after.
names first before you introduce yourself.
Shall I do it again?
Yeah, just do it quickly. It just takes a few seconds.
Mixtrate Santav, Valisan, you're R11. I'm Toms, your fighting leader. Mixtrate, you're the AR. Santav, you're the Grenadier.
Okay, perfect. Now, in-game, you probably won't have to specify who's AR or who's Grenadier or whatever. Sometimes we'll be doing that today just because we're all going to be riflemen for a little bit. So don't bother about assigning positions. Maybe just remind them of their radio. Okay, Valisan, give it a shot.
Mixtrate, Tom, Santav. I'm Valisan, your fire team leader for today. We are part of 1-1 and we are on radio channel 1.
Perfect. Santav, you're up.
Mixtrate Toms 123 and Valisan. I'm your fighting leader for 1-1 Alpha today, and we're on short range 1.
Mixtrate, you haven't done it yet, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Toms, Santav, Valisan, this is Mixtrate. I will be your fire team leader for 1-1 Alpha, radio channel 1.
Right on. Good one.
Easy stuff, right? I mean, you're just introducing yourself, but get their attention first, especially at the start of a mission where there's like 50 guys standing there. Just yell out their names, get their attention. This is all pretty straightforward stuff. Excellent from everyone. Okay, orders. Oh, someone's connecting. What's going on? Do you want to see what's up with that, Enex?
Carry on.
See if they're in channel. Okay, orders. Everyone has to be able to issue an order, even if you're a lowly rifleman. Mixtrate, why is that?
Because sometimes, like, if you see a contact, you might have to call them out, or I'm not quite sure.
Contact call isn't an order, but say you're say you're the second in command in the fire team. Say you're the automatic rifleman, and your team leader is shot and killed. You need to give orders now, right?
Yes.
Okay,
so it has to step up.
And maybe the 3IC and the 4IC, depending on how bad the shit hits the fan, right? Everyone needs to be able to step up and take over at least one position above them, right?
Correct.
Now, when we give orders, they need to be issued quickly and effectively. Use direct speak. Don't use the radio for fire team orders, mostly because your radio is also going to be shared by the squad and other fire teams will hear that. And you want to be close to your team anyways. If you're too far away to give orders, you're probably too far away to be effective as a fire team leader. There are 3 parts to an order. First up is the cautionary. This is who you are talking to. Just yell them out by name, just like you did with the Orbat. It could be a group, it could be a unit's name, it could just be an individual person's name. Just get their attention before you give the rest of the order so that they know to listen. The second part of the order is the body. This is pretty obvious, but this varies a bit. You know, you'll have common terms like will move, will halt, or form line, or something like that. So just make this part short and sweet. And then we move on to the third part, which is the trigger. This is what lets people know when to execute the order. Common triggers are move, halt, or fire, fire, fire. This is what lets people know to actually, you know, start doing something. It's a good time to yell out the words, just to make sure that it's a good boot in their ass.
Hello.
Please do not interrupt the course. Carry on, Furie.
Okay, so for example, we've got first squad. We'll move east in file. Move, move, move. And you want to pause in between. We'll get to that in a second. Actually, yeah, I'll cover that in a minute here.
Hey, sorry I'm late.
Hey. Yeah, you're a bit late. Don't worry. Just jump under 1-1 Charlie and slot. Yeah, just under I think Valisan, and you're gonna switch with him.
What?
Wait, you signed up for FTP, correct?
Yeah, but I'm also. They said I was gonna be an instructor.
Yeah, I put up the post, but Furie is leading this one.
If you don't want me to, I really
No, I would love to have you as a fire team member.
Okay.
But you missed a little bit, but don't worry.
Alright, I'm launching armor right now.
Awesome.
I want to pause every now and then, especially after you call for the team's attention.
Jump under FTP1.
Okay.
Members of your fire team to echo orders. Echoes are critically important, and we're going to be expecting you to echo everything today, whether it's orders or contact calls or anything like that. That's a big part of this course, so make sure you guys echo things out whenever you hear someone else give a contact or give an order. Clear?
Clear.
Alright,
Okay,
just
we're
small
gonna
note before you carry on. The Seabass side up and just join. So we're gonna get him in. And Valisan's gonna jump in instructor slot. Carry on.
Copy that.
I'll just let him come in before we start giving orders here. Now remember not to, you can open the panel and look at stuff, but don't fuck with selections, because that seems to mess things up a little bit. And Enix, you're on shout?
I'm on normal.
I don't know what you just said, but it was initializing.
Oh, sorry. In the instructor panel, just make sure you don't mess around with it while we're doing spawning and stuff like that, because this.
Okay, Fury. We rather should not wait. We just carry on. I can jump out, or Valisan can jump in.
Valisan, just fill the position for now. Don't worry about joining the group or anything. Okay, we're going to practice giving orders now, so we're going to be echoing and moving in formation around the field. So everyone get up and run to the back of the hangar there and make sure you've got a rifleman loadout. We're all going to be the same for now. Now we're all riflemen for now because I don't want you guys worrying about who's what on the Shack-Tac HUD or any of that crap. We're just going to be, assigning who you are. We're just going to tell you, okay, you're a rifleman, you're a grenadier. But for now, we don't want to get confused. What's that? Okay, you're good.
Any issues? Changed a couple of things. Like Udingo, we never said a radio channel.
Excuse me?
Like when it first did this, and Demo taught me, you never said a radio channel.
We're not going to be using the radios today, so we're not worrying about radios. You're pretty quiet, Toms, actually.
Yeah, a bit quiet. Maybe get your mic a little bit lower or closer to your mouth. Huh.
Okay,
Is better?
Yeah, a little bit. Okay, fall in.
Fall in.
Santav, you're going to be our FTL. You are going to give an Orbat, and you're going to assign positions to everyone else, and then have everyone file up behind you, facing out of the hangar. Go.
Okay, Alpha Team, get in a column formation behind me and facing north, and we'll be moving out on my go.
Assign positions, because we don't know who's who yet.
Wait, what? Can you repeat that? For I didn't hear. I'm sorry.
Assign positions. We're all loaded out as riflemen, but for for the formations, we need to assign an AR and a grenadier.
Tom's your AR, and Mixtrate, you are my grenadier.
Grenadier.
Okay, Valisan, you're the rifleman in the back. Okay, everyone, form up, like you said, form a file on him.
Okay. So now you want us to move up?
Actually, for this, everyone, hold on one sec here.
Yeah, Fury will be voice of FTL. He's gonna speak for you, Santav, first 3 minutes. Or first few orders.
Yeah, you're gonna move and stay on Santav. He's gonna be the FTL, but I'm just gonna play his voice for now, okay?
Okay.
Alpha team.
Alpha.
Team.
Alpha.
Okay, always be good with those echoes, okay? That's something we're gonna be harping on all day here. Alpha team, walking pace.
Walking pace.
Alpha,
Pull the
walking.
trigger, hold on.
Oops, sorry.
No problem. If you're already moving and
Hey,
like,
no one will take any offense whatever wrong you do today. You're here to train, so don't worry about it.
we're gonna be slightly exaggerating pauses between orders just to nail the point home, but wait for those triggers. Okay, Alpha team.
Alpha team.
Alpha team.
Alpha.
Walking pace.
Walking base.
Walking.
Walking pace.
Move.
Move.
Right, simple stuff. Just make sure you echo so that the guy in the back can hear. I'm gonna let you take over now, FTL. So go ahead and have them switch formations and switch direction.
Okay, Alpha Team.
Alpha team.
Alpha team.
Alpha.
Alpha Team, facing west.
Facing west.
Yes, bro.
Alpha, west.
Alpha Team, move on my
Wait,
go.
hold up. When you tell them to face west, are you changing formations, or are you just telling them to? Because now, if you just told them to face west, now you're in a line, right? You're no longer in a file.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna face them west, and this is your intent, which sometimes works, tell them to line up west. Because otherwise, if you said just face west or orient west, they should be running behind you to stay in formation.
Okay. Alpha Team, line formation west.
Alpha team,
Alpha,
line one.
line
Information
west.
Alpha team, walking pace on my go.
Alpha team,
Alpha,
walking on your go.
Okay, move out.
Okay,
Move
after you
up.
say Alpha Team, give them a bit of a pause and let them echo first before you go with the body of the order. It lets you know that they're all listening, because there's no point continuing if they can't hear you or they're not paying attention, right?
Yeah.
Okay, again.
To stop them? Huh?
Change formation, change direction. We're gonna head generally east, guys, actually, so go mostly like southeast.
Alpha
and north.
team, stop.
Alpha team, hold.
Alpha, south.
Alpha team, line formation facing east.
Okay, hold on, hold up. Pause after you say Alpha Team. Get their attention first, and then follow up with the rest.
Okay, Alpha team.
Alpha
Alpha
team.
team.
Alpha team, line formation east.
Alpha
Line
line.
formation
Line
east.
east.
Just drop that team. We are Alpha. We want to be quick and efficient.
Okay. Alpha, move out on my go.
Alpha moving on your go.
Alpha, move.
True, you want a jogging pace or walk?
Up to you. It doesn't really matter.
Okay, jogging pace.
Jogging
Okay.
pace.
Move out.
Moving.
There you go. Say trigger move.
Keep it short and sweet. All it takes is move to get them going. Alpha halt.
Alpha hold.
Alpha, hold.
Okay, okay, who was that? That was Santav, right? Is FTL?
Yeah.
Okay, Mixtrate, you're up next.
Yes.
Give a quick Orbat, assign positions, and have them form up on you.
Okay, 1-1 Alpha. Toms, you will be my AR. Santav, you will be my Grenadier. And who's the third? Oh, fourth guy you.
Valisan.
Valisan, actually.
Valisan?
Yeah.
Okay, Valisan, you'll be my rifleman. Alpha.
Alpha team.
Seabass. Slot as rifleman under Charlie.
Okay.
Alpha.
Alpha.
Go ahead.
Alpha.
Alpha.
Will form wedge.
Alpha
Wedge.
form wedge.
Note he
Move.
said will form wedge there, not form wedge.
Oh, my bad. There's a
No,
difference
that's
on
good.
that,
That's
right?
actually good. That's a deferred order. Basically, you're letting them know what's coming up. We're gonna cover this a little more later, but basically, you're just telling them what to expect.
Okay, I'll actually change that. So Alpha.
Alpha.
Form wedge east.
Form
Form
wedge
wedge
east.
east.
Forward east.
Move walking pace. Move.
Move walking pace.
Moving.
Alpha halt.
Alpha halt.
Alpha, hold.
Alpha halt.
Okay, Valisan, you can swap out for Seabass. Seabass, you've got run into the hangar there and grab a rifleman loadout, and then come back here.
Alright. So the point I want to make here, like we said during the lecture, try to be quick, brief, and efficient. So if we would want to do like you do now, just say Alpha, wedge, east, move. You know, you don't have to say walk and then move. Try to include the things that are relevant into body of the message. So if you think about it again, body is Alpha. You call it Alpha. Everyone echo. Then whatever you wanted to tell them then. If you want to walk in, file, moving southwest, tell them then. And then pull the trigger with move.
You don't have to, like, if you're giving them a formation, it's kind of assumed that you're going to be, you know, in contact soon, you're going to be moving soon. So you don't have to tell them necessarily that you're going to be moving. You can just give them a formation and say move, and it's their job as a fire team to be ready to move at any time.
Okay.
Okay, Seabass, you're going to be playing a plain old rifleman right now, so that should
Roger.
be easy. So just fall in this wedge heavy right here.
Okay.
Okay, let them go again. Keep heading generally in the east, though.
Okay. Stand by for 1 sec. Sorry, I'm back. Alpha.
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 Hey Furie enex, just for your information, 50 minutes passed. I just want to gonna keep you updated because time just flows so fast when you're instructing.
Okay, what's another formation we haven't used yet?
Echelons.
Echelon.
Okay, do it.
Alpha.
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 Form
Alpha.
right echelon. Go.
Form
Echelon right. Move.
Alright.
Alpha.
Bullshit,
Alpha.
northeast.
Full shift northeast.
Oh shit, no
Shifting.
We'd like to use trigger words move or halt or fire, fire, fire.
Okay.
Just to standardize things.
Alpha halt.
Alpha halt.
Alpha halt.
Okay, Seabass, your turn. You're gonna run up. You're gonna be FTO. Give them an Orbat and assign positions.
Seabass didn't get that. I would highly recommend you that for a first minute, you just give him out orders for him, so he get a feel how it works.
Okay. Can I go ahead and say some other terms that our people say?
No,
other
this
than-
is not a discussion here. We're doing training.
I understand. I'm just saying they get because not everyone says the same thing.
No, absolutely not. We mentioned this at the beginning of the class. There are many different ways of doing this. We're just picking like one standard so that for the
Okay,
purpose
that's
of the
fine. I'll
class
just
we're all
use
on the
the
same
basics.
page. We're not saying this is the only way. There are other things you can say as well. As long as it's
Yeah,
clear
it just-
and they know what's going on, that's
Mhm.
what matters.
Okay. So, want me to play the FTL?
Yeah, play the FTL, give a quick
Okay.
Orbat, just tell them who's who, and we'll just pick another formation and keep moving east a little bit.
So,
Okay.
you know how to give out the Orbat?
Hmm. No.
Okay, so
Santav.
testing to see where you're at. Okay, the Orbat basically, you call them all up by name, call out the other 3 members, ignore me. Make sure you get their attention, introduce yourself, tell them that you are part of Fireteam Alpha, or sorry, that they are part of Fireteam Alpha, and then form them up and head out to the east in whatever formation you want.
Okay. So everyone but who?
Everyone
Is
but
not
me,
in my
but
squad.
Furie. Furie, just ignore
Furie.
it.
Okay.
That's me.
Squad or team. I am your fire team leader. We're gonna call in down the line, starting with Mixtrate. Go.
Mixtrate.
So this is really important. You wanna call out people with names. So get their attention with names. Just list their names down.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Mix
assume the
straight
mission
here.
just started and no one knows
Mix straight.
what's what.
Mixtrate.
Toms.
Yeah.
Santav.
Good. All right. Squad.
Okay, just form up.
Squad. Let's make a wedge on me. We'll make it heavy on the right side. Squad wedge on me.
Alpha wedge,
Seabass,
right?
heavy right.
Okay, try and make this like short, succinct, yelling orders. So like Alpha Team, wedge right,
Okay.
move, that form, okay? And give them pause in between so that they can echo.
Fury, be the voice of fire team leader for just a minute, just so he can get a feel how are we practicing.
Alpha,
Alpha.
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 we'll walk east.
We'll walk east.
We will all walk.
Move.
Move.
Moving.
Right, just make sure that they can echo, make sure... we know it's
Okay.
faster in real life, it's faster on primary, but for this class we just want to make sure everyone echoes, that our orders are short and sweet, and that we pull the trigger with move or halt or fire or something like that.
Got it.
Don't stop, keep moving, keep moving. This is really important. We want to do everything in movement.
We
Just
want
tell me
this to
when you
flow, as if you're just walking around for real. Just pretend that you have a mission in your head. Bring them northeast,
Okay.
and change
Alpha.
formation.
Alpha,
Alpha. Move northeast.
Alpha,
Northeast.
moving northeast.
and then pull the trigger. Move, with move.
Mix straight, remember when he turns left you're going to have to fall back a little bit. Make sure you hustle back into position. Good.
So it would
Okay,
really...
who hasn't done FTL yet?
I think Tom's hasn't. Right?
Alpha halt.
Hold.
Alpha
Okay.
halt.
Hold.
Okay, Toms, you're up. Give an Orbat, get them information, and bring them down the runway to the west.
Go that. Mixtrate, Santav, Seabass. I'm Toms, your fire team leader. Mixtrate, you're AR. Santav, you're grenadier.
Right on.
West.
Textbook example. Good work.
Beautiful.
Line formation west.
Alpha, line, move.
Fine west.
Move.
Alright, Toms. So we want you now to move direction and formation all at once without stopping movement. Pick your formation and pick your direction.
Alpha,
Alpha,
Alpha.
northwest.
northwest,
Northwest.
Shifting northwest. Wedge formation.
wedge formation. And now you're waiting until he pulls that move, the trigger.
I already did, but
Oh, you did? Okay, I overheard
Okay,
you.
make sure that part is really, really heard for everyone. Yell it out if you have to, and you can do it right away. You can say wedge, move, or if you're going to say will form wedge, and then you wait a bit until it's the right time and then say move. But make sure that that move is loud and clear for everyone. There's a reason I have you on normal. It's so that everyone that's close to you can hear you, but the guys away from you won't, and it's important that they echo everything down the line so that everyone's on the same page.
Go ahead, switch formation.
Alpha.
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 Stay with this direction, just give them a new
Basic
formation.
Wedge. Move.
Wedge.
Wedge formation west.
Wedge formation west. So Toms, this is really good exercise for you because your echo is real low. So once you don't hear people echoing you out, just keep saying again until everyone hears it, until you get all 3 echoes back. Alright, we want to go northwest.
Alpha.
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 Shift northwest.
Move, shift
Shifting
northwest.
northwest.
Move. Right on, you echo move as well.
Okay, and the formation shifted nicely there.
Alright.
Okay, anyone not had a chance at FTL doing formation?
Fury, I would like to see Santav do it again.
Yeah, no problem. Santav, you're up. Give an Orbat and do this quickly. Alpha halt.
Okay. Mixtrate, Tom, Seabass. I'm Santav. I'm your fighting lead for today. We'll be moving northwest from here in a line formation.
Now notice how there's no obvious response because you just said we're going to be moving west, but you didn't give it in the form of an order, right? So
yeah.
just finish the Orbat and then say form line west, move.
Okay then. Alpha.
Alpha.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, I'll be right back. My mom's calling me. Sorry.
Okay, Alpha, form line west.
Alpha form line west.
Move, move, move.
Okay.
Move.
Sorry about that.
Alright,
Okay,
Santav,
copy,
just
line
go
up.
ahead. Yeah, take over,
Yeah.
change formation, and move northwest.
Alpha, move.
Alpha.
So don't stop, just keep on walking. And now just change your formation.
Alpha,
Alpha.
form wedge southwest.
Actually, make them north.
North? Oh, wait, form wedge north.
Form wedge north. Don't forget about the trigger.
I keep getting I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't worry, this is all training environment, so it's
Yeah,
good to
'cause
make
I'm-
That's
mistakes.
why we're here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm the primary server, I don't use triggers at all.
Yeah, so remember, it's 3 parts. Cautionary, alpha, it's the body, what you want to say, and then the trigger.
So question.
Go ahead.
When he
Yeah,
says
shoot.
the body, when he says form line, like everyone has to wait until he says move to form that line, for example?
Exactly.
Okay. Then
Move
Now
What
the
would
thing
we
is,
do?
you have to be mindful of this as an FTL. If you say form line, it's kind of ambiguous. If you say will form line, then they know that you're not going to do this right away, right? But if you just say form line, you should probably follow it up with a move to let them know that you mean them to do it like immediately, right?
Okay, that makes sense.
Alpha,
Alpha,
Alpha.
form line, move.
form line, move.
Form line, move.
Good order. You got it.
Alpha halt.
Alpha hold.
Alpha hold.
Okay, now I was supposed to be giving you guys a lecture here, but we were messing around with some people just joining and stuff. So I'm going to go over calling contacts very, very quickly for you guys. Can you form a school circle around me here? Okay, bring it in. Come on. Okay, when you detect the enemy, the first thing spoken to your squad is going to be contact. This initial warning allows everyone to know that the enemy is spotted so that they can react appropriately. Now, after you say contact, you need to say 3 things in order: direction, distance, and description. Always start with the direction. It's the most useful thing. It gets people knowing where to face and how to take cover, so always start with direction if you can. Now, you can give direction in a few ways. One thing you'll hear a lot on the primary is people giving out, 3-digit azimuth bearings. We don't want you doing that today. Today, we want you to practice relative position and compass position. Okay?
Okay.
We know what relative position is, right? This is like front, left, right, rear, right? That's easy enough. But if we're sitting in a circle like this and I say contact left, does that mean anything to you guys?
No,
No.
No, why not?
because
we're
we're
all-
a different position.
There's no
We're
clear
facing
front,
different.
right? We're not moving
Yep.
or anything like that. So only use relative position if you're marching and there's a clear direction, or if you're formed up in a line. Like if I was with your team and I was actually, with you and we're all facing this direction, then front makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can use relative or we can use compass headings. Can anyone give me an example of a cardinal direction?
North.
Northeast.
No, not northeast. Cardinal
Oh.
directions are north, south, east, and west. Ordinal directions would be northeast, southwest, and so on. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so don't get too precise. Don't bother, especially today, with south by southwest or any of that crap. Just stick to like northwest or north or whatever. Don't use bearings today. You can use relative positions if it makes sense in the moment. Okay, but the trick is to get them looking in the right general direction. And then when we follow up with the description later in the contact report, then we can use terrain features to talk them closer onto the point, okay? Now, distance sounds easy, but it can be tricky sometimes. We've got 4 classes of distance. We've got contact close, contact near, contact mid, and contact far. Mixtrate, do you know what contact close means?
50 to 100 meters.
Yeah, 50 meters or less. Contact close means you can see the whites of their eyes. They're like right on top of you. I call this the Jesus range because usually Jesus is the first word out of my mouth when I see someone like that close to me. Right, if you're like, oh shit, contact, that's probably contact close. Okay, next up is contact near, up to 200 meters away. Does anyone know why 200 meters is a useful cutoff mark between near and mid?
Is that where the weapons are less effective?
Yeah, if you're running with an assault rifle, 200 meters is a beautiful engagement range for you, right? So if you're in contact near, pretty much everyone in the fire team should be able to engage, no problem. If you start going beyond 200 meters, 300, 400, 500 meters, then your AR isn't as useful anymore. And the only one that's going to be effective is your AR. Or sorry, your your rifle isn't going to be as useful, but your AR will be, right? So that's why mid is from 200 to 600 meters. That's kind of a sweet spot for an automatic rifleman to engage targets. And naturally above 600 meters is contact far. Everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, now contact far, if someone yells that out, you're going to react differently, right? You're not going to feel like you're necessarily in immediate danger. Your riflemen aren't going to be just shooting wildly into the air. So this distance is important. If you give someone a direction and a distance, you've effectively pinpointed the enemy with that information alone, right? Now, you can also just give a distance in meters if you're good at this. You can just say, contact 200 meters front or something like that. Just round it to the nearest 50 or 100 meters because we're not going to be that good just gauging it with our eyes anyway. Okay, one more part to the contact call, and that is description. Here we state the type of the target, and we estimate the size of the group, and maybe clarify where they are with terrain features. Something like enemy fire team behind the wall, or 3 times BTR in the tree line, right? Keep it short and sweet. You just want to give them any information that wasn't, immediately obvious from everything else. So everyone, form a line facing this field right behind me.
From line, facing field.
Line face field.
Okay, this is our first exercise here. Everyone is going to echo contact calls. Everyone's going to ensure that their buddy sees the contact as well. This is something I want everyone to just keep in mind for now. Just when you see the contact, I want you to echo it down the line. You are not going to be calling it as soon as you see it. We're going to be taking turns here to make sure that everyone can do a proper contact call before we proceed any further. So if it's not your turn, just shut up and only worry about echoes, but not the contact calls. Now, for example, we want you to yell out "seen" if you did see the contact. We want you to yell out, "Seabass seen" or "Seabass not seen," so that everyone else knows what the deal is, okay? It's the FTL's responsibility to make sure that everyone has seen the contact, but we're not worrying about that just yet. But as an FTL, just be aware that it's your job to listen to who's seen what, okay? So, who's on the left here? Santav, okay, you're going to be up first.
Okay.
You were going to make the contact call. No one else is going to make the contact, so it's up to you to just give a proper direction, distance, and description, okay?
Wait, can you
Nobody
repeat
shoots
that
at
again?
anything. Clear?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that again?
Basically, you're just going to call the contact. You're going to yell out contact, give a direction, a distance, and a description, and people are going to echo that.
Okay.
No one's going to shoot anything right now, okay?
Okay. Alpha, contact, northwest, near. Small fire team, walking, west.
Okay, you can just say
Contact.
right to left if they're
Oh,
walking
right
or
to
moving.
Yeah.
Okay, do that again. Don't bother with alpha. Just yell out contact and start with that.
Contact, near. Shit, I messed up already. I'm sorry.
Just do it.
Remember,
Again.
to keep it easy, just remember 3 Ds: direction, distance, and description.
The thing for me, I find that Ds don't tell you which one is first, unfortunately. So what I remember in my head is I remember north, mid, squad, and then you just replace those with the appropriate thing, right?
Okay. Contact, north, near. Small fire team.
Excellent.
Echoes.
Contact north.
Contact scene.
Okay. Well, I want to hear echoes of the contact call itself, and I want to hear everyone call it when they've seen it or if they haven't seen it. Okay. One more time.
Contact
north,
fire team
seen.
Contact north, not seen.
Yeah, that one is gone. Now I'm gonna go.
Okay. Good. Next, gonna do another one. Santav, you're up again.
Am I supposed to see something right now?
Just keep scanning.
Okay.
They're all going to be in this field in front of us.
You just want one person calling it out right now.
Yeah. Just Santav.
Okay.
Oh. Contact, northeast, near. Static. Fire team.
Echo. Echo.
Contact northeast.
Contact
fire team
northeast.
Hold on, northeast.
Infantry seen.
Tom scene.
Yeah. Use your name when you're calling out
Mixtrate
scene.
Seabass seen.
Okay, now, the fire team leader knows that everyone's seen this target, right? That is very, very useful information in this case. We're going to get to why on that a little more later. Okay, next up, Toms, you're going to be calling the contacts.
Contact, medium distance, north, 3 times enemy.
Echo that call so that everyone knows where it is.
Contact northeast, northwest.
Yeah, you got him.
Contact north.
Because remember, guys, if
Good
you're
call.
spread out in a long line or something like that, you may not hear the guy on the other end of the line. That's why these echoes are so important, because you don't want your fire team member sitting there oblivious, not knowing what the hell's going on, right? You have to pass these down the line so that everyone can hear them. Okay, give us another one. You're still up.
Contact close, northeast. 2 times enemy.
Contact scene.
northeast,
Contact.
3 times
Anti.
enemy seen.
Northeast, 2 times infantry.
Good
Seabass
one.
Seen.
So what could be better? Remember, try to go with direction first. Direction, then is distance, and then description.
Direction is really important because you want to get their eyes in the general direction, right? That's the first thing, is you want to get your fire team looking or taking cover. So direction is always the most important thing to get first. Okay, Seabass, you're up.
Roger. Contact northeast, medium distance, 5 times enemy infantry.
Contact northeast,
Contact
medium
northeast, medium
infantry.
distance.
Excellent, good echo, good contact report.
Okay,
The
that was
only
good.
thing that could be better is we don't use median. This is something that I got caught up as well. We use close,
And far.
mid, and far.
And you don't have to say distance because it's assumed that that's what you're calling. So
Roger.
everything else is perfect. Just say mid instead of medium distance, and that was great. Okay, let's do one more, Seabass.
Okay. Contact east. Oh, they just disappeared.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were.
that was the one. I don't know why they're shooting us. I said to never fire.
Yeah.
And I did move them before. They got, I don't know, they're really itchy today.
My issue with that I've noticed is that I don't reselect them after they spawn, and I end up giving a waypoint to something else.
Yeah, that was probably the reason.
Am I still looking? Or?
Yeah, he's gonna spawn another one in a sec.
Roger. Contact north 2 times. Hostile infantry.
Contact
Close.
north.
Contact
Contact
north, 2 times.
hostile. Close.
2 Han, hostile, Mixtrate seen.
Tom seen.
Santav seen.
Excellent, good echoes,
Okay, not
good
bad.
contact report, and good seen or not seen.
Okay, we're gonna get Mixtrate to do a couple now, and then we're gonna move on to the fun stuff. Okay.
Okay.
Fury. Do you mind at the end if I teach them bearings? I think you're overcomplicating it. It's really.
We're gonna be talking about that as far as a talk on, but
Okay.
for now we just want things to go quickly.
Roger.
And it's usually not necessary, and it slows things down
Contact
if people do it all the time.
northeast, mid, about a fire team in the trees.
Contact northeast, mid,
Contact
fire
northeast.
team,
Contact
seen.
northeast fire team. Seabass.
Santav
seen.
seen.
Tom
Excellent. Okay,
All right.
one more, and then we're gonna get on to the fun stuff.
So Seabass, one of the reasons that I find out why it's not useful to call contact bearings, because if you think about soldier in real life, he doesn't pull out compass and start telling bearings to other fire team members, right? He just use the front, left, or right, or just cardinal directions. It makes no sense to use, because it's just so.
northwest,
Contact north,
mid,
mid, enemy infantry.
never mind,
Contact
close,
north.
moving
Enemy
north,
infantry.
north.
Seabass. Seen.
Santav seen.
Tom seen.
Excellent, you guys getting it, very good.
The thing is, okay, we'll talk about this right now. The reason we're not using bearings is that the general direction is usually, like most of the time, it's going to be good enough. Like if we say northwest or north, that gets them looking in the general direction, and then in the description, if you can say in that tree line or moving right to left or something like that, usually that's good enough. But imagine we're in a wide line here. Like say I'm standing over here. If I pull out a bearing and I say bearing, 010, I'm going to be looking at something really different from what the guy at the end of the line is looking at if he pulls 010, right? We're not at exactly the same spot. Now, so the reason we call out scene is like say Mixtrate here on the end calls a contact and everyone else has seen it except someone else. You can run up to him and then say, okay, it's your bearing 208. If you have to clarify it, like as an FTL especially, you can run up to a guy and talk him onto the target. But for the initial contact, especially if you're spread out, the bearing, it's precise, but it's not accurate. You're not all going to be looking at the same spot. So try and just give them a general direction or a rough direction first. And then if they really need it afterwards, then you can go on and give them a bearing. But for today, we're just going to be sticking to the rough directions first, okay? Okay, this time we're going to do the same thing, but anyone can call the contact as soon as they see the contact.
I just need to separate it a little bit so I can select them. Very good. Okay.
Okay, sir. For this part, it's critically important that everyone echoes that they have seen the contact, because now we're going to designate a fire team leader, and the fire team leader, once he is absolutely sure that everyone else in the team has seen the contact, he will give the command to fire, okay? Anyone can call the contact, but no one fire until the FTL tells you to fire, okay? FTL, whoever you are at the time, make sure you're listening for those other scene calls, and if you're not sure, clarify with those guys whether or not they've seen the contact, okay? We're going to start with you, Mixtrate. You're going to be the fire team leader for this. So when we spawn someone and you hear a contact call, you're going to be echoing the call just like everyone else, but you get to call the fire, okay?
Contact northeast. Far distance, 3 times enemy.
Contact northeast,
northeast.
fire team
Northeast.
seen
Seen.
in the tree
Seabass.
line.
Santav not seen.
Santav. In the tree line, directly northeast. Look in the tree line. Look at the edge of the tree line.
Roger, Santav seen.
Santav seen. All right. Fire team, engage. Fire, fire,
Engaging.
fire.
There you go. Alpha, fire, fire, fire.
Oh, fire. That's not working. Hold on. The scope's not working.
Yeah, go right down to the contact down.
Contact.
Contact down.
So this is just first of many examples that will show you how much efficient you guys can be if everyone knows where the contact is, and if you use those 3Ds. You guys are just nailing them down in a matter of seconds. So this is why it's so important.
It was excellent being proactive there, Mixtrate, making sure that the guy that can't see it, making sure you're seeing things from his perspective. That's not always the right thing to do, you know, if you're taking fire or you're going to be exposed. And as a fire team leader, you're probably going to turn your volume up above normal so that you can just yell it out to him.
Okay.
But that was a good job of being proactive and making sure that the one guy that couldn't see it knew what the deal was. That was excellent. Okay, let's do Seabass, your FTL. Let's do another one.
Roger.
Seabass, would you like to do another Orbat? First, just for practice. Go ahead.
Alpha.
Oh,
Starts with names.
Yeah, we're assuming that no one knows what group they're in. So
Yeah,
type
you
their
just
names
got the
and
new
tell them that's
JPEN,
Alpha.
and you have to, you know, let them know who's who. So just
Straight. Tom.
there you go.
Santav. I am Seabass. I'm your fire team leader.
We are
The
Alpha.
Fire team.
I said Alpha.
That's the thing. Like we're assuming that they just joined. They don't know who
Okay.
they are. So just say I'm your fire team leader. This is
I am
fire
fire
team
team
Alpha.
leader Alpha.
Okay, guys.
Excellent.
Anyone
No questions.
Anyone can call the contact. Nobody fires until Seabass lights you up. Okay.
Tell them what is the fire command.
What weapons are we?
Okay, we
So-
did this before, or at least one time. When everyone sees the contact, just yell out fire, fire, fire as the fire team lead, okay?
Roger.
You want to make sure that it's clear and everyone knows that you're all going to be firing at exactly the same time so that you engage with overwhelming force, okay?
Roger.
contact
Alpha.
northwest.
West.
Oh, contact
Contact
northwest,
northwest,
200
tree line.
meters.
Alpha. Fire. Fire. Fire.
Mixtrate scene.
Santav seen.
Contact down.
Okay, there's Seabass. You heard everyone echo the contact, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they saw the contact, right? At
Right,
first,
I
you're
was-
just passing it down the line
I
so that
thought you
everyone
just
helps.
wanted me to say it. That's why when everybody said it, it was.
Yeah, we want everyone to say seen. Once you know that everyone's actually seen the contact,
Roger.
then you can light them
Are
up.
we, so, as the squad members, are we announcing contacts as well?
Anyone can call the
Anyone.
contact, just like,
Okay, I
for
understand.
real.
I'm just saying. I thought only the fire team leader was calling it out for now.
No, only the fire team leader is calling for fire.
Okay, Roger.
Okay, let's do another one with Seabass still.
Yeah. So what we want to try to achieve is basically that fire team leaders ensure that everyone sees contact before he gives out that order to engage
Roger,
the
I see
enemy.
what you're saying. Yep. You don't want people engaging without fire team leaders' consent. Alpha, contacts, far, northeast, 3 times infantry. Fire, fire, fire.
Contact northeast.
Contact
Far
Don't call for
northeast.
fire unless you know they've seen it.
Far.
Santav seen.
Tom,
Fire, fire, fire.
Mixtrate scene.
contact down.
Contact.
Contacts down.
So
Okay,
this is
remember
something.
it's-
Yeah. Go ahead, Fury.
Okay, it's not just about the fire team leader knowing what's going on. You have to make sure everyone's there. And like Seabass said, you don't want to fire without permission from the FTL. But it's not just about permission. Here we're assuming that the AI, they're not shooting back, right? So they're not aware of our presence. We have the initiative. We want to make sure that when we open fire, that we bring all of our weapons to bear at the same time. We have to fire in unison, otherwise we're kind of wasting our advantage. The fact that the enemy doesn't know where we are and that we can open fire all at the same time. So that's why we're waiting for everyone to say seen, so that we know that when we say fire, 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 there's going to be 4 bullets moving at those guys at the same time, okay?
Yeah.
Roger.
So Seabass did really good job. The only thing that I missed is, does everyone sees contact? This is something that every FTL have to ask. Does everyone sees contact? And if someone yelled not seen, he have to tell him, hey, there's a contact there, direction, distance, description. And if he still don't see it, he can change his direction, he can change his position. He can shift in left or right.
Roger. Have we
yeah, the
gone
goal
over
isn't to
weapon
fire.
statuses?
What's that?
We gone over weapon status? I was just gonna say because
So by default is like
event-
weapons yellow. You're not engaging
Alright, I'm just
until
saying, in the event that we do get shot at, they need to know that.
we're gonna
When it comes to that.
we're gonna get to that phase. Don't worry.
But in this case, notice that we're always going where we have the initiative. The enemy is not aware of us, and we're basically performing
Roger.
a mini ambush each time, right? So we assume that they don't see us, that they're unawares. So take your time, make sure that everyone sees them. You don't want to start an ambush with one dude shooting at them, right? Make sure
Roger.
that everyone's good. As long as the enemy doesn't see us, you want to make sure that you've exerted every advantage you have. Okay, Toms, your FTL, you're up.
Copy that. Mixtrate, Santav, Seabass, I'm Tom, your fighting leader. We are Alpha. Mixtrate, you're ME. Santav, you're Grenadier.
Okay, for this stuff, we don't need to do an orbit every time. I think we're just doing that for Seabass because he gypped for this class.
Okay, break.
Contact.
Contact, northeast, medium distance, 3 times enemy.
Remember, just
Contact
mid,
northeast.
not medium distance.
Contact
Forward,
northeast, Seabass,
north,
scene.
Santav scene.
Mixtrate scene.
All seen, fire.
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 Alpha, fire.
Contact down.
Contact down.
Contact down.
Contacts down.
Pretty
Okay,
much.
That was good. You waited until they all saw it, then you pulled the trigger, and you guys took them out very quickly, a lot faster than if you just started shooting as soon as you saw it, right?
Yep.
Okay, Santav, you're up. So peaceful.
Yeah.
How we doing, Enix?
It's too quiet.
Just keep scanning.
Oh,
Contact,
Contact,
far distance,
north-
northwest, 3 times enemy.
Contacts northwest, scene.
Contact
Seabass.
northwest scene. Mixtrate scene.
Toms, do you see it?
Yeah, I said I see it.
Okay. Fire.
Contact behind tree line. Not seen.
Okay, just delete that guy if there's anyone left, Enix.
One more. Contact north, mid, single infantry. Going
Contact.
pro now.
Seabass. Contact.
Contact down.
Contact down.
Nice.
Okay, that was good. Now remember, if you said scene and your FTL asks you, you know, you don't have to give them any lip or anything. It's war and there's noises and shit. So just reply back that you've seen it because, you know, 3 guys are calling out scene at the same time. So if the FTL needs clarification, just give it to them, okay? Okay, now 1.4.
Thanks, Valisan.
Assume, say
We can go back now.
FTL, and Mixtrate over here is his AR, right? What buddy team are they part of?
Buddy team 1.
Alright, someone read the prereqs.
Yes.
Okay, so you're buddy team 1. That means that these 2 guys over here are buddy 2, right? Or just buddy 2, we call it for short, right?
Yeah.
So Santav and Toms, we're doing contacts like this, and Seabass here needs to know when everyone has heard, or everyone's seen the contact, right? Now what's easier to keep track of, 1 thing or 2 things or 3 things?
2 things.
2.
Right? So, Sorry, I'm having a hard time getting the name. So Tom's here. You're scanning for contacts, and you hear Santav say contact seen, right? And then as soon as you've seen the contact, don't say Tom's seen, say buddy 2 seen. And then it makes it a lot easier for the FTL because he knows that this whole side of his team is already good, and all he has to worry about is AR and buddy 2, right? Now, it doesn't matter who's senior in the buddy team. If the other guy in your buddy team saw it and you see it, then call out, you know, buddy 1 or buddy 2 seen. That's a lot easier for the team leader to keep track of instead of trying to keep track of all 3 voices, right? It basically means he can forget one of the things that was already told to him and replace it with something else, which on the road actually is a little bit easier to keep track of. So always be aware of what your buddy's doing. Be aware if he's up or down. Be aware if he's seen or not seen the contact. And if he's seen the contact and you have too, then go ahead and speak for your buddy team and it'll make life a little bit easier.
Furie, enex, 1 hour passed.
Thank you.
No, we're done here actually. So what we did just here, you'll notice that in all of these contacts, we got to choose when to open fire, right? The enemy was unaware. We had the initiative, meaning that we are able to initiate the fight on our own terms. This is one kind of contact. There's another kind of contact that we're going to be dealing with very shortly.
Furie, I think I'm gonna need your help a little bit. So what I want is, when we get to next position, to spawn target somewhere far away, make them spawn in, select them, get them to never fire, okay? Maybe line formation, and then set some at waypoint somewhere real close. On it.
Come again.
Okay, I'll tell you again. So basically what I want you is to spawn like one AI target far away from the range, okay, so they can't see and they can't engage. Then select them, assign a never fire and line formation, and then make them move somewhere really close. So I have them ready to teleport them. Okay? Now let's go to 2. Let's go to on western side of the map. Just teleport yourself.
Enex, we have 1 respawn, we'll need teleport.
Roger.
Okay, Santav, you're going to be FTL. Don't worry about Orbats or who's who or anything. For now, we're all riflemen. You're going to be getting everyone to line up and start walking facing 050.
050.
Okay, I'm gonna teleport you again, so brace for teleport. Teleporting, no. There we go. Everyone's in.
Oh yeah, he can only teleport the whole group at once. Okay, so yeah, Santav, get everyone lined up facing 050 walking pace.
Wait. 050, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Alpha.
Alpha.
Alpha, line formation.
Line formation.
Line formation.
Move.
Okay, keep things short and sweet for formation. You can just say form blank, form line, form wedge, form... You know,
Alright, so Furie will give you now lecture, so you can keep a really tight line formation so everyone can hear him.
You should turn your volume up, Enex.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do a walk and talk here. Hopefully I get this done by the time we get to the tree line here. Right, so now we're discussing reactions to effective enemy fire. Effective meaning bullets are flying right at you, not just like random mortar shit flying around with no one getting hurt, okay?
Wait, can I tell them to spread out and stuff?
No. Don't worry about it. Now it's lecture
I'm
time.
not expecting contacts now. This is a mini lecture here.
Okay.
So if you can't hear me, just stay in sight. Okay, at higher levels, they call this actions on. At the fire team level, they usually just call them battle drills. But whatever you're calling them...
Valisan, can you do it right now? Just go ahead, find some really good place. Apologies, Furie, just keep on. Okay, so just spawn them somewhere. Let's pick a spot. Here, do you see Mark?
Yeah.
So that's where I want you to spawn one AI. All configured, never fire in line, and with move, or so they got orders. Okay, thanks.
No, because we are shooting over our friendlies, right? This is why we form a line. If we call in a contact, we're going to face a line towards the enemy so that we can all shoot at them, and we're not going to shoot any friendlies. Okay, Alpha, keep moving.
Alpha, keep moving.
Alpha
Alpha
move.
move.
Right, so we're going to spread out in a line facing the enemy so that you can all see them. That's basically the main purpose of this drill, is to not have any blue on blue, okay? So we're walking along and bullets start cracking overhead, right? This is what we're going to do. Alpha halt.
Hold.
Alpha hold.
Okay, I'm just going to give an example here. We're walking along and bullets start coming at me. You double tap, which means just fire a couple shots in the quick direction of the enemy, assuming that you know roughly where they are. Then you dash. And then you get down. Double tap, dash, down. Those are the three things that should run through your head every time you start taking bullets. You double tap just to start, kind of like a little bit of a suppression towards the enemy, just to let them know that you mean business and that they can't shoot at you with no repercussions. Then you dash into cover. And then you get down. Alright, easy enough. Once we've done that, we're going to do a couple other things, but those are the three things I want you to remember. Double tap, dash, down. Whenever you hear bullets, that's going to be your primary goal.
So what happens if you're in the open and there's no cover nearby?
We'll be getting to that.
Great.
Okay, get up and let's keep moving off.
Wait, I have a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are we gonna do fire team bounding and stuff today? Or no?
No, we're not doing bounding or
okay.
healing. That's going to be in FTP2, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only any tactical moving or anything like that is beyond this course.
Okay, now the double tap, dash, down. The dash is to... actually, Alpha, stand up.
Alpha's done.
Alpha stand up.
FTL, keep moving. Walking pace.
Okay, Alpha move.
Alpha move.
Alpha moving.
Okay, the double tap, dash down. The dash is dash into cover, okay? If you don't have cover and you're out in the open in the middle of a field, then just skip the dash part. Just double tap and then get down. Like if you're in a field just with nothing but grass and you have no cover, the best thing you can do is just get down on the
I'll
ground
get another one
slide a couple times.
just on top of them.
Your neck up the next time. You're not going to be exactly where you
Another AI group.
No, we're going to move past the tree line, actually.
Roger.
Okay, so if you think you know where the enemy is, give them that double tap. If you don't know where the enemy is, just get into cover. Now, one of the reasons why direction is so important in a contact call is if I say, at this point, contact west, the cover you're going to take is very different from if I say contact east, right? So always be aware of where your best cover is at any moment. You should always be scanning for cover at the same time that you're scanning for enemies. And if you do take a contact, double tap back at the enemy if you know where they are, dash for cover, and get the fuck down, okay? Okay, Alpha, we're going to push up another 100 meters or so. Now, after you've gotten down and you're in cover, there's three more things you need to do. Observe, report, and return fire. Observe, you stick your neck up a little bit, you see where the enemy is, you confirm where they are, you report it, you give a contact call. So once you take the cover, you can take the chance now, keep your head out, find out where the enemy is, let the fire team know where they are, and start shooting. Alpha halt.
Hold.
Now the difference when you're taking fire is that you don't wait for the FTL to line you up and make sure everyone's seen before you open fire. You're getting bullets sent your way, and your job is to return immediate fire with the double tap. Find out where they are, observe, report the position, and then start putting concentrated fire on their position to win the firefight. You didn't get a chance. They had the initiative, and they started the fight. It's up to you to finish it, okay? So when you're under contact, when you're taking bullets, you don't wait for the FTL to give you seen, or to make sure everyone's seen it and line you up. You just go ahead and line up. As soon as anyone calls contact, basically, you should start lining up, no matter what, so that you can face that direction. One more.
Furie enex contact, so to our south.
Okay, so what we're gonna do now? Okay, do they see us?
On to southeast.
Mixtrate, not seen.
Santav scene.
Mixtrate seen.
Fire, fire.
Alright, you got him. No, one more.
There's still one yet.
Did you call out those contacts?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone stay exactly where you are. Is this a perfect line?
No.
Nope.
No.
No, and that's exactly what you want. Don't give a shit if it's a perfect line or not, honestly. We're not here, this isn't a geometry class. All we want to make sure is that we can all shoot at the enemy, and that we cannot have to worry about hitting anyone else, right? If you have to shift, you want to be spaced out enough that you can move a little bit left or right without walking into someone else's line of fire. That's the important thing here. We don't need to be a perfect line, but the goal when you're under contact is to form a line towards the enemy. That's the primary purpose of this drill.
And I want
to do a few.
Yeah, I want to add something little. You guys were in little echelon here, so why do we want to? Do we want to go in line formation? It's really simple. Cause here, Seabass, if there would be contact to our southwest, he couldn't take a shot because he would have Toms in his way. But if everyone would be in line formation, he would take like shot on left and right, without any sorts of, you know, friendly people getting in his way.
Yeah, we covered that a bit in the trees. But that's the thing, right? We're here to avoid blue on blue, right? We want to make sure that we don't kill our own guys. So we're going to do a few contacts here. What we're going to do is we're going to assume that all of these contacts are unaware and not shooting back and that we have the initiative. So we're going to do the same drill we did last time, but this time we want you to form up. Contacts could come from any direction here. So what we want you to do is automatically, without the fire team leader telling you, if someone calls a contact in a certain direction, you need to make sure you're lining up in that direction, not just facing that direction, but forming a rough line so that we're not going to shoot any friendlies. Clear?
Clear.
Clear.
Okay, Mixtrate, you're going to be the FTL for this.
Okay.
Make sure that everyone sees the contacts and take them down as fast as possible. Nobody shoot until the fire team leader tells you to. I am going to disappear and go into God mode just so that you don't shoot me.
Contact north, medium distance, 3 times enemy.
Contact north, medium distance, Santav seen.
Seabass. Alright, fire, fire, fire. Contact down.
Okay, remember, and this is going to happen a few times where you're going to say scene, but the guy
Contact.
didn't hear you because 3 guys did it all at once. Just report scene.
Contact down.
Okay, now remember, after you've done this, form up in formation again. Don't stay spread out in a weird line. If you were looking, say, you know, before we were observing east, then form up again. Always bring your fire team back together after an engagement.
Okay,
That's
Alpha.
up to the FTL.
Alpha.
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 Form line east.
One
Go.
line east.
Move.
Moving.
That's a pretty shady line. Okay, there we go. Perfect.
Stop hating.
Now, scan in all directions. This can come from anywhere in this place.
Scan your sectors.
Do you mean even behind us?
Yep. We're not assigning sectors. We're not getting into this in this class,
Okay.
at least. So everyone just keep your head on a
Contact
swivel.
northeast.
Contact northeast.
Contact northeast, far.
Times infantry.
Mixtrate scene.
Tom scene.
You've all seen it. Light them up. Come on. Give the trigger.
TL.
Here's the FTL.
Dude
It's on
on the most far right.
We haven't changed the FTL from the last
Okay,
one.
fire, fire, fire. Reloading.
Contact him.
Contact down.
So these are really prime examples that just small 3Ds and fire team leaders that make sure everyone sees
Enex.
contacts turns you just into something. I mean, just like Terminators. You guys are better than AIs at this point. So remember, try to call those contacts out. Fire team leaders, try to get everyone on, get eyes on those contacts.
Can you please turn your player on?
Oh, you'll just have to get used to that. Some instructors are going to be invisible.
I know. I'm gonna shoot one of them in a second.
Apologies. Yeah, I kind of get it.
them to come from behind, accidentally killing.
Now remember,
Now
Now remember, even if we have initiative, you don't want to be standing up in full sight of the enemy, right? You're still going to need to form a line, and as you move around, if you're standing up tall, the enemy is going to see you. So even though you're not taking bullets, you still want to stay as low as you can while you're gearing up to shoot at them. Okay? Seabass, you're going to be the FTL for this next one?
Roger.
Same thing, we assume that the enemy doesn't know that we're here, they won't be shooting at us. Don't pull the trigger until the FTL says so.
Scan your sectors.
just be really close by teleports. It doesn't really matter if they're far away or in cover or anything. Seeing as they're not shooting back.
Contact close south.
Contact close up.
Contact close south.
Contact's close.
Seabass seen.
Santav seen.
Mixtrate not seen.
Mixtrate. Contacts are close south.
Mixtrate seen.
3 times infantry. Fire team. Engage, engage, engage.
Contact south.
Alpha. Form line facing east.
Alpha form
Alpha
line
form
east.
line east.
Money.
Contact northeast.
Contact northeast far. 3 times infantry. Seabass seen.
Santav seen.
Mixtrate seen.
Tom seen.
Preston
Fire
Middle.
team. Fire, fire, fire. Contacts down. Alpha hold formation.
Hold formation.
Holding.
We can't hear them.
Contacts. East. 3
Sorry,
times
guys, I was on
infantry far.
Quiet.
Seabass seen.
Santav seen.
Mixtrate not seen.
Mixtrate. Reference.
Contact seen.
North.
Mixtrate contact seen.
Fire, fire, fire.
Contacts down.
Contacts down.
Okay, good. Notice that took like 5 seconds before we were able to start firing on these guys when someone called contact. That was good. And if you don't have to shift the line, don't shift the line. Just stay where you are. Don't give your position away. Okay, Enix, that'll be it for this stage.
Roger.
Now we're going to mix it up a little. Some of these contacts are going to be unaware and
Mixtrate.
aren't going to know your presence. Those ones you want to make sure that
Furie.
you do the contact with initiative. You want to make sure that you guys line up, take your time, that everyone's seen them. Some of these contacts are going to start shooting first if you don't see them right off the bat. And so in those cases, you do your 3Ds, double tap, dash, and down, observe, report, and return fire. Okay?
Hey, Alpha, notice if you guys are running low on mags, just take them out of your backpack.
Oh, by the way, for a question.
Yep.
Why do some governments have uninstalled grenades but some don't?
Pardon me?
I have uninstalled grenades but some don't.
I don't know. We'll be resupplying after this exercise, so we're going to be doing kind of an actual little mission here to sum everything up. So we'll be resupplying very soon. For now, just use your bullets. Okay, so it's up to you guys to figure out how to react in the moment. Some will shoot at you, some of the times you'll be shooting at them.
Contact north or east to far. Moving right to left. 3 infantry.
Contact.
Seabass seen, contact.
Northeast,
Santav not seen.
Santav, reference.
Santav seen. Santav
Roger.
seen.
All seen.
They're in defilade. They're kind of hard to shoot.
Okay, see, this is where an FTL can make the call not
Am I
to
still
fire
FTL?
if the enemy hasn't seen you, and they're going into a disadvantageous position for you to open. It's okay for the FTL to not give you the call to fire.
Flurry, am I still FTL? Flurry.
This is where the FTL thinks about whether he wants to shift to get a better
Or
view when they pop
who's
out the other
FTL right now?
side, stuff like that.
Seabass to FTL.
Yeah, am I still FTL?
Whoever was in the last one?
So you want me to do it again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Roger.
Contact's not seen anymore.
We get a new contact enex. That one's not seen now.
Yeah, just let them scan.
Contact east 3 times infantry far.
Contact E 3 times.
Santav seen.
Mixtrate not seen.
Mixtrate.
Seen.
Toms, have you seen?
Yep.
Roger. Stand by.
So just make sure some of them are right on top of them and aggressively
Okay.
opening fire if we can get them to do that right away.
Contact seen.
Fire team, fire, fire, fire.
Contact down.
Contacts down.
Contacts northeast, near,
Contact northeast. Mixtrate seen.
Contact northeast, Seabass seen. Fire, fire, fire.
contacts
still up. Contacts down.
Maybe have some aggressive ones run out of the tree line at them and open fire. Like from right behind them.
Contacts southeast 2 times infantry far.
Contact south.
Contact southeast, 2 times
medium.
infantry fire.
Mixtrate seen.
Santav
3
seen.
times infantry. 3 times infantry.
Toms, have you
Santav
seen?
seen.
Mixtrate seen.
Toms, fire, fire, fire.
Contact down.
Contacts down.
Okay, that's good. You guys definitely have the hang of contacts where we have the initiative.
What might work here is spawn a group that they're engaging and then bring another one up behind them just as they're finishing them off.
Yeah, Furie enex. That's the thing. I'm trying to get them to trying to shoot fire at will, but they don't. They won't.
No, you have to teleport them in like pretty close and facing in the right direction. Otherwise our guys are going to spot them first. I can just tell them to face a certain direction if you want.
Come on, shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are. Hold on.
We can just force them to face a certain direction.
Yeah, these guys are just too good to me, for me and for AIs.
Okay, how about Enix? Why don't you run off in the trees and start shooting at them? Or
Good
just teleport
idea.
yourself anywhere and shoot at them.
along with AIs.
Yeah, we've done that before where the AIs are being kind of dumb. Just put them somewhere, teleport yourself right on them, and open fire.
I have a problem. Run alone.
Is anyone hurt?
Nope, that worked well actually.
Awesome. So from scale 1 to 10, how efficient you guys are? What would you say?
11.
1 of 10.
I would say about 8.5.
We're an 11.
Okay,
Yeah.
as a
Did the Arnold
group-
challenge.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, we're just gonna do a couple more. We'll do some firing contacts where you're taking fire to make sure that you guys got the double tap dash down, observe, report, return fire. That's what we're looking to see. Of course, we always try and form a line so that we're not shooting friendlies. We'll do 1 or 2 more, and then we'll start a little practical mission here.
Do you know what? Bring up a BMP3.
Sorry, say again?
Do a younger one? Bring up a BMP3. Contact!
Contact.
We need this 2 times enemy.
Contact southeast, Mixtrate scene.
Santav, scene.
Seabass, not seen.
Contact southeast. Moving.
Seabass, seen. Fire, fire, fire.
One thing you might try is not making them move anywhere. Just spawn them and have them stand around with aggressive open fire. That might help.
Red.
Alpha, form line facing east.
Alpha form line. east.
Alpha forming line facing.
Mixtrate is FTL now.
Okay.
Straight FTL.
Mixtrate FTL.
Contacts north, near.
Contact,
near.
Seabass, seen.
Santav, scene.
Fire, fire, fire.
Right, if you look at the shack tack again, this is totally good for a line. We're not looking for a geometric line.
Okay, Enex, can you teleport us all back to the hangar? We'll re-equip.
On it.
Hey, for the mission, can we take different kits?
Yeah, we're gonna actually load out in a proper fire team.
Furie, I'm about to go during the missions.
I have an M4 RTO and an M4
We're re-equipping
Oh,
everything.
three,
Don't worry about what
three.
you have now.
Yeah, but look, I had 3 weapons.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Me too.
I had 3 weapons on me.
Yeah, when I'm flipped through, I go through the M4 and then the M4 M203, which is weird.
Okay,
Like,
between
I
the 4
haven't-
of you, figure out who's going to be the first FTL, the first AR, the first Grenadier.
Let's respawn.
Wait for FDL.
No, it's up to you guys now. Decide who's going to be FTL for this. It's kind of democratic here, so you guys figure it out amongst yourselves.
Anyone wanna
Re-equip and
volunteer?
then form up back here.
I would Mixtrate as FDL.
Okay,
Anyone
Mixtrate
again?
is FTL then.
Okay.
Roger.
Okay,
Take AR.
Tom, Santav, Seabass, I'm Mixtrate. I will be your FTL. We are Radio 1. Toms, I want you to be my AR. Santav, I want you to be my Grenadier. And Seabass, I want you to be my AT. Let's go get re-equipped and meet here in 30
Roger.
seconds. Move.
Nicely, well done.
Okay, we're now at 7.
Yeah.
7. What is it? 7th minute.
It's not too bad, actually. So
No.
Sound off when ready.
7 minutes.
Hey, me on me. Alpha on me.
Hold on one sec.
Alpha Mixtrate.
Okay, Seabass and Santav, you guys are buddy team 2. Tom's here with me, buddy team 1. Alright?
Roger.
Let's
Roger.
get this.
Okay, I've just left your group so that you guys are going to be a little more autonomous as a fire team. I'm not going to be cluttering your shack tack or anything like that, okay? Enex, okay, bring us to location 3, please.
As you wish.
Okay,
Okay,
guys, so
teleporting in 3.
whenever we say
2,
wedge or anything, I
1.
want buddy team 2.
You have to teleport for yourself.
So I want buddy team 2 on one side, and then the AR on my other side.
We'll be
I want
moving
AR to be
northwest.
at the front. Alpha, orient northwest, line, go. So again, I want buddy team 2 to be on one side, and the AR on the other side. There we go, that's beautiful.
Alright, Santav, just don't forget. Try to break orders into small parts. Leave pauses between.
So I'll cover it. Alright.
Okay, so just to recap, we noticed that there's, 2 different kinds of contacts. One where we have the initiative, one's where they do. The ones where they have the initiative, the FTL doesn't get too involved right off the bat. This is where you guys need to just react individually and autonomously. You need to get down, return some fire, stay in cover, right? This is up to you. Then the FTL can get involved and, shift you around and do what needs to be done. But don't stand there waiting for the FTL to tell you to take cover if you're taking bullets, okay?
Hey, Furie, can you find someone to replace me quickly? Because I gotta go.
It's okay if you need to go. I'll just fill in.
Okay, thanks. You want me to drop my stuff for you? No.
What are you? Grenadier?
Fury, I think Valisan could take over.
Oh,
It
actually,
would be
right,
much
yeah.
better.
Yeah, Valisan.
So you can
okay.
explain points easier.
Okay.
Can you teleport, Valisan, teleport yourself back, grab a Grenadier outfit, and then come back here. This is location 3 on the map. You'll see our marker.
What console do you use? Like NCC or...
It's this weird instructor panel. I don't know where it comes from.
Alright, so who's buddy 1 and who's buddy 2?
Buddy 2 is Seabass and Valisan now. Buddy 1 is me and Tom's with me.
Excellent. A lot of times when I assign buddy teams, make sure I assign second buddy team leader. So that will be the most senior member. So if there would be Grenadier and Rifleman, Grenadier will be leader of buddy 2.
Okay.
Like it says in the prerequisites.
1 second. Hey guys, this is running a bit long. I have to hop to.
Ooh.
It's just like 10 more minutes and doing really fun stuff like engaging with taking off your leash. You just do whatever you would do on primary, pretty much.
Valisan,
Yeah, this
can
is
you
where
join our group?
Enix just spawns as fast as he can, as hard as they can, basically. He's going to try and spawn as difficult as you guys seem capable of taking care of them. So if you're fast and effective, he'll keep spawning them as fast as he can keep spawning them, okay?
Just stand by.
Valisan,
like
did you join
spawn.
their group? Okay, there we go. Perfect.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay, so
Valisan,
you're Grenadier, you're in Buddy 2, naturally.
yeah, and you will be commanding Buddy 2, alright?
I'm back.
Copy that.
How much longer is it gonna be?
Like, just a few minutes now.
Okay, never mind then.
Okay, Alpha, listen up. Our situation is we need to capitalize on our training and cement these drills into our memory. Our mission is to patrol northwest up this MSR and destroy any and all enemy discovered. To execute this mission, the fire team leader will use proper orders and will flow between formations as required. Team members will echo all contact calls and you will yell out seen or not seen as appropriate. If you have initiative, the FTL will call when to shoot. If you are being fired upon, you will do your double tap dash and down and then get some fire returned back at the enemy. Okay, you all know what to do, so Alpha Leader, take it away.
Okay. Alpha, we're going to be doing staggered column along the side of the road. Move.
Alpha staggered column along
Alpha
the road.
staggered column along the road.
Move.
Okay, I want red team to be on the other side of the road. Go.
Okay, just go crazy.
Buddy 2, other side of the road, go. Oh, yeah, never mind. Steve 1 scanning, go.
Okay, Furie is invisible but with you.
Solid.
Well, you're my cannon top. Yes.
Furie enex right on. I managed to break through that wall. I can spawn shooting targets.
Yeah, excellent.
That was great, you guys. You took immediate.
Contact south.
Everyone stay where you are, don't move. Okay, Mixtrate, look behind you.
Yep.
Other side of the road. Oh, look behind you across the road. Other side. Notice what's back there?
My AM.
Yeah, don't want to get too close to the line of fire. He's going to be shooting right over your shoulder when you ran after that tree, so just make sure you're not getting too close.
Okay.
You scared me. I can hear you voice from my view.
And remember, if the contact's over, don't linger too long. I know I told you guys to sit down, but
Yeah, so we got just orders from
Alpha,
CO.
regroup, staggered column down the
Yeah,
road.
they want you to move, keep on moving to this MSRs or ASR to our northwest. Go ahead, move out.
Moving.
Yeah, I guess it kind of goes from MSR to ASR right here.
Contacts.
Contact
North.
Contact.
Near. Fire team.
Contact
Everyone
Steve
see them?
Seabass.
Moving right to left up the
Buddy
road
2
side.
seen.
Tom team.
Fire, fire, fire.
Fire, fire, fire.
None of these should be hold fire, by the way. At worst, make them defend over.
Buddy 2,
Good point.
Contact Tom.
Contact Stone.
Okay, that Buddy 2 scene call was beautiful, by the way. Think how much easier it makes the FTL's life to know that all he has to worry about is his AR.
Alpha.
Alpha.
Staggered column, move down the ASR. Move.
Staggered column. Move.
Stagger column.
Make sure after every engagement you check your buddy, make sure he's up, make sure you've got ammo before you push him in.
Down on their left would be perfect right here.
One step ahead.
I'm gonna.
And remember to just delete them if they're taking a while to kill them. You just killed them all.
Oh, this was intentional.
Holy shit.
Okay, teleport them back.
On it.
Yeah, that was unintentional.
Really?
I think so. Same thing I did accidentally. I spawned a BMP by accident one class. I don't know how the hell.
You would do it with purpose.
I killed it.
Nice.
Tom's, you're still a little quiet.
Really? Am I good now?
Not bad.
So
Okay, guys, ignoring the vehicle there, that was pretty good. Mixtrate, I like your call to keep suppressing even though you can't see exactly where they are. The goal is to return fire. They started the fight. You don't have the luxury of taking time and make sure everyone sees it, so just get shooting in the general direction and keep them suppressed. That was a good call.
Thanks. To be honest, I was not expecting the vehicle to be right on our 6 there.
I don't even think Enix was.
yeah, I wasn't expecting it. It was just like when you click on selection menu, it's so small that sometimes you can misclick.
Okay, guys, keep moving down the road.
Okay, Alpha.
Alpha.
Column.
Staggered column.
Alpha start column.
It's almost like an initiation. I spawned a BMP by accident too. Everyone seems to do that. Actually, Alpha halt.
Oh.
Enix, can you freeze anything?
Northwest on the road.
Enix, can you freeze that contact?
On it.
Okay, that contact won't fire for the moment. Everyone, I just want to go over when that vehicle did spawn on the hill here. What's the best cover? Defilate, exactly. Right here. Right here. Right? The dirt is way better cover than that wall. So we double tap, we dash over to cover here, we get down, and then we can pop our head up just a little bit, observe where the thing is, and get back down again, and we'd be safe, right? You should always be scanning for cover so that if you have a terrain feature like some defilate here and you get attacked from the right, always know exactly where to run for cover based on where that direction call comes from. If it was contact left, then we'd be taking cover behind this little stone wall here instead. Always be scanning for the best possible cover. And I just realized you couldn't see where I was, but you heard where I was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sort of.
Okay, keep going.
Alpha. Staggered column. Moving down the SR move.
Okay, unfreeze.
Contact on the road, northwest.
Contact on the
R.
road, northwest. Mixtrate scene.
Contacts on the road.
Seabass
Northwest. 22 scene.
Okay, engage. Contact down. Alpha.
Alpha.
Staggered column. Down the road. Move.
Staggered column. Move.
Start column move.
You guys are amazing. Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, we have a ghost binder.
You have two.
Oh shit.
Need to kill it.
Who do you wanna call?
So there's something that you're trying to learn here, and this is kinda almost like multitasking, is once you see contact, you have to do not only spot that contact and watch that,
Hold.
but you also have to yell that contact out, so you're kinda doing two things at once. So it takes some time to get used to it, but keep it practicing, because you will get better. I did get better. So just keep on training.
Alpha.
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 Moving.
Alpha.
Keep on moving.
And if you guys take FTP1 again and we blast through everything else because you're already good at it, we can basically do this for an hour if you guys all show up and you all know what you're doing. So we can just spend a lot of time in the simulator doing this fun stuff.
Line.
You may want to specify left or right here.
We almost done playing.
We're done basically whenever you want. I'm just going to have some closing remarks. But if you need to go, then go ahead. There's no tags for this class. It's just something that's meant to be practical, to be repeated over and over. So you're always welcome to come back again if you want.
Yeah, it's big emphasis on having fun. Did you guys had fun?
Oh, this was awesome.
No.
Thanks for organizing it.
I'm glad you like it, because I did like it. I really just keep on attending FTP1, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, because I think this is something really good, because you're mainly practicing it. You're doing it. You're not just hearing in the audio contact north.
You're still on Whisper, Enix.
No,
Audio contact north.
I'm on normal.
I can't ignore.
Remember, Whisper doesn't make you quiet. All it does is decrease the range that you can be heard. I wish they called it acre range control and not volume control.
Are we ending it or are we still on? I hear vehicle north. And we don't have our AT guys.
Yeah, he used it.
Okay, Alpha, we're gonna run as far away from this as we can. Since we don't have AT, we don't have necessary power to engage. BM! There's an AT here that I'm gonna grab.
Go west?
Yeah, northwest. You see that ridge line right there? Yeah, he's west now. He's west. Do you see him? Right
Okay,
there.
that was me. That was just me making sure you guys knew how to run for cover properly, and that was beautiful. I only saw you guys for maybe 2 seconds after I started firing. Keep on moving.
Walking through that, baby.
Okay, we just lost our AT, so I don't know how we're gonna be able to take care of that BMP down the road.
Do you have a
Body here?
Or is his body still here?
No,
His
no,
body
he
is
used it
gone,
on the
so I just
BMP.
took, enemy RPG.
Okay, that works.
Okay, Alpha,
Alpha,
call him.
follow.
Go. Move.
He was your rifleman then? I'll take his spot.
Just be advised.
Should get out of the gun now. Ah, there you are. Form line northwest. Contacts northwest.
Furie seen.
Grenadier scene.
Okay, 3 contacts down.
Furie
3
not seen.
contacts down. Alpha.
Alpha,
Alpha,
call him.
Column.
Moving.
Move.
Now remember, we can't hear the guy at the front. You have to pass these orders down.
On speed, you checked it there every 10 seconds. I think he means you.
Yep.
Southwest.
Contact southwest.
Contact southwest. Close. Enemy infantry. Frag out. Frag out.
Okay, Furie's back. Gotcha.
Have no eyes on contact. They seem to be southwest, down below the line. Try to.
Northwest, audio contact. I bet he's behind a little bush.
Damn it.
Anyone still up here?
Yes.
Alright. I
have
just
a-
bring everyone in because the end was a little bit clusterfuck. Because a lot of us died.
Enex is still
No, I'm here.
I have a question on that end part right there.
Yeah.
So, what I believe is we got engaged from down the hill. Was I right about that?
Yeah, to the southwest.
Okay.
2 times.
What was the best course of action there? Because I just laid down behind the wall and I had no eyes on contact. What was the best course of action to do there?
Well, if they have a huge advantage on you, it's okay to pull back sometimes, right, or to disengage.
The thing is there was a hill behind us, so if we were to retreat on any side, they would probably have a better shot on us, like on all sides. So that's what I was confused there.
Well, if they were
You
down the
could
hill,
have
you
moved
could
back
crossed
down the
across
road.
the road just a little bit. Just
Yeah,
get
make
the-
sure I believe this is subject for a fire team leader's course, pretty much.
Yeah, that's a tactics thing, but I mean, you
Mhm.
could have moved back a little bit off the road just to get some cover. We're not really covering like peeling or breaking contact in this class, anyways.
Okay.
But it is fine to just choose not to engage if that's the right thing to do.
Fair enough.
Everyone's here now. Okay, guys. This concludes part 1 of the fire team practical for today. Thanks for attending. We covered confirming orbats, issuing orders, moving between formations, calling contacts, and reacting to enemy fire. You should now be slightly more effective as part of a fighting team. And if you continue to practice this and keep coming back, you'll find that you're able to move and react quickly in a fire team if everyone in there is trained properly. These are the building blocks of cooperative gameplay. It's not super glamorous, just calling contacts and all that, but if we have this down, then we can be way more effective than otherwise. There are 2 more sessions that will follow this, FTP2 and FTP3. I think they're starting up FTP2 in the new year. You're certainly welcome to attend them in
January.
sequence. And you're welcome to attend this one as many times as you want. Like I said, if we come back and we have a group of guys that have done this class a few times and we all know the contacts and we're all cool and we only take 1 turn each doing the previous stuff, we can just practice more realistic engagements like we were doing towards the
Yeah,
end there.
I would like to add that for myself, it wasn't enough one FTP session. I was really like digesting information, and at the next session I was actually using them and training them. So I think you should go at least twice on the FTP1. A lot of people tend to think that practice is, I don't know, just you take it once and that's it. But that's not true. Just keep on practicing that. It's a good thing.
It's more fun the second time too because you already know what's going on. You've already done this once before, and like I said, you can plow through and
you
get
work
to the
like
tougher stuff.
well-oiled machine.
Okay,
yeah,
at
this is
this
my
point,
4th time.
yeah, that's a good thing. I mean, at this point, we encourage everyone if you want to hop on primary and we can try and fight as a team. Our numbers are kind of dwindled a little bit, and I know Valisan, you wanted to go over some more instructor stuff, so it's up to you guys if we want to join as a group or whatever. It's not super important, but we do recommend that you try and just keep up with the stuff we did. Call contacts in the shower, stuff like that.
Okay, one more
When I
thing.
did air traffic control training, I'd give aircraft clearances while I was in the shower, just over and over and over again, until that part of your brain doesn't have to think about it anymore. And that's the goal of the training, is to
almost like
internalize
muscle
it, so
memory.
you don't have to think about double tap dash down. It just happens, and that's why you drill. The only way to get this to be completely automatic is to do it over and over and over again.
So I would also encourage you to go ahead and visit on training center feedback page and just let us know what could be done better, or what did you enjoy, or what did you think it was wrong? Go ahead and write something. It's
Yeah,
really
this is
useful
my
for
first
us
time.
to get better, to improve. Constructive
You did a
criticism
awesome
is
job, Furie.
great.
Thank you. Well, let everyone else know.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I mean, I've taken the class a few times, but this is the first time I actually kind of got to put it in my own words, and Enix and I spent a bunch of time prepping on